The fall and return of Ken Nola and Solid Sunnnyi, the reckoning continues in the shifting chaos of YouTube's backstreets. Where clout is king, controversy pays the rent, and loyalty changes with the wind. There once rose two figures who epitomized everything broken about internet culture. Their names, Ken Nola and Solid Sunnnyi. They were not thought leaders, they were not creators. They were chaos merchants, trading in dysfunction, manufacturing conflict, and weaponizing spectacle to build platforms built on sand. For a moment it worked, but nothing corrupt lasts forever. And when the fall came, it was not gentle. It was just. Solid Sunnnyi was a YouTube figure with a sizable following, over 54,000 subscribers. Her content wasn't polished, informed, or even particularly coherent. What it was, however, was loud. It was messy. It was tragic theater. She put her personal dysfunction on full display and dragged her children into the performance, treating their lives like clickbait. Her partner in digital grime was Ken Nola, a man whose broadcasts were little more than profanity, laced rants and psychological dumpster fires. Together, they were a storm, a two-headed hydra of clout, chasing one exploiting motherhood, the other exploiting outrage. But behind the laughing emojis and viral clips, a darker undercurrent pulsed. This wasn't just content, it was exploitation. And eventually, Ken Nola stepped into territory that demanded more than just criticism. It demanded intervention. Ken, in a moment of unfiltered recklessness, made threats that chilled the blood of anyone paying attention. He claimed he would re-upload images involving a child. Images that, if real, would cross the line from disturbing into criminal. The internet, so often desensitized to violence and chaos, stopped laughing. The moment called for something stronger than likes and dislikes. It called for action. That action came from a man named Octavius Prime. He wasn't a YouTube detective chasing clicks. He wasn't interested in drama for drama's sake. Octavius was one of the few people who understood that when children are threatened, the time for performative outrage ends. He documented the threats. He compiled evidence. He filed a report with the cyber line at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. In an online ecosystem where everyone talks but few act, he acted. And it worked. Ken Nola's channel was removed. Solid Sunnnyi's as well. The spectacle was interrupted. For the first time, there was a feeling of accountability in the air. The community, tired, jaded, yet still protective of its youngest and most vulnerable, took a breath. Justice, rare and often slow online, had arrived. But evil doesn't die quietly. A few weeks later, Ken Nola came crawling back, rebranded, repackaged, but unchanged, like a virus mutating to survive. He returned with a new channel and the same twisted energy. He mocked his own takedown. He reveled in the attention. And in what would prove to be his final act of arrogance, he once again threatened to share the same child-related content that led to his original downfall. If the first time was reckless, the second was deliberate. It was a dare. Once again, Octavius was watching. He collected new evidence. He documented everything. He resubmitted it to the proper authorities. And once again, YouTube acted. Ken Nola's second channel was terminated, not because of outrage, not because of mass reporting, but because one man kept receipts and followed through. But this time, something changed. Rather than universally praising the removal of a known threat, parts of the YouTube ecosystem turned their attention away from the predator and toward the man who stalked him. In a bizarre, upside-down twist of reality, a new narrative began to form. A smear campaign led not by Ken but by a different figure, a woman named Golden Signatures. Golden Signatures, a fixture of irrelevant live streams and low-quality gossip, decided to aim her crosshairs not at the man threatening to share exploitative content, but at the man who reported him. She claimed, without evidence and with breathtaking audacity, that Octavius was the one distributing the images. The claim was as grotesque as it was illogical. While the public record showed Ken Nola making threats and Octavius reporting them, golden signatures spun a new tale, one where the protector was suddenly the predator. It was not just slander, it was psychological projection. The kind of inverted thinking that thrives in online echo chambers where lies, repeated enough times, begin to sound like truth. This is how predators survive, by confusing the public, by turning the spotlight away from their crimes and onto those who expose them. And it nearly worked. Octavius faced a barrage of accusations from people who never bothered to read the receipt.
I appreciate it.
But the truth didn't change. The facts remained. And while gossip swirled in live streams and Twitter threads, the platforms, those who reviewed the actual evidence stood by their decision. Ken was gone, again for good this time. And what of Solid Sunnnyi? She too attempted a return. But something was different. Her voice, once dripping with sarcasm and superiority, had gone shaky. Her presence, once dominant, now felt haunted. She no longer streamed with the same bravado. Her children were still present in the content, still used as props. But she knew, deep down, she knew the community was no longer laughing. That the spotlight, once a tool, had become a warning. Sunnyi is still online, for now, but her era is fading. Not because she lost followers, but because she lost control of the narrative. The drama no longer protects her, and the audience has begun to ask the question that should have been asked years ago. At what cost? The lesson from all of this is not just about Ken Nola or Solid Sunnnyi or golden signatures. It's about the ecosystem they thrived in, an ecosystem that rewards outrage, penalizes integrity, and only moves when pushed by relentless, uncomfortable truth. The story is a cautionary tale for audiences too quick to click and too slow to think. A reminder that the internet, while entertaining, is not exempt from real-world consequences. And sometimes the people who seem the most extra online are the ones hiding the darkest secrets. But it's also a story of hope. Because while chaos may rise, truth doesn't sleep. While clout chasers grow fast, their roots are shallow. And while predators may change names and faces, the street sector remembers. Octavius Prime didn't need a crown. He didn't need fame. He needed only conviction. When others watched in silence, he moved. When others joked, he filed reports. When others spread rumors, he clung to facts. And because of that, justice followed. Ken Nola fell not once but twice. Solid Sunnnyi's influence is withering. Golden signatures' lies are dissolving in the face of evidence. This is not the end of the story. But it is the beginning of something new, a digital world where people like Octavius remind us that real protection doesn't come from viral moments. It comes from moral clarity. And when that clarity speaks, even the loudest liars must listen. Because in the end, you may rise by deception, but you will fall by the truth.
What's good, everybody? I hope y'all love the theatrics of it all. I try to add some things. That's why I was late today. So let me turn this music off. And for you content creators out there, you can add some theatrics. If for the record, that is not Ken's face at all. That's just AI. And his face was not referenced for that at all. Just the beard and the skin tone and the hair. That's it. So that's not him. And let me come on camera. And as you see, before I come on camera, as you see, there was a report done yesterday evening. Okay, there was a report done yesterday evening. And it was all this hoopla and people trying to make content off me, saying that I was, I guess they want the glory for calling a hotline. And I was trying to explain to the idiot yesterday, I guess they was, you gotta just recognize some people are just mentally ill. When you have a cyber crime and you call any form of authorities, the first thing they're going to do they're gonna say, okay, if you call the local police department, when I had that issue with Judge Fifi, the first thing they told me to do, they came out or whatever, and it was like, go to West Palm Beach West Palm Beach Police Department cyber tip website, and you could put the links and all that, and then a detective will probably contact you because of that. Same thing with the FBI. Like I was trying to say to the ignorant, is that I didn't have no phone number I never called the phone number. I went to a website that specializes in protecting children online. So yesterday, what the idiot did, he went on his community wall and he said that he was going to repost Sheena's grandson. Again, the 3-year-old. The same grandson, the same boy that he put an eggplant next to his mouth and said the little boy looked like he going to grow up to be a homosexual epithet, and other explicitives he was saying about the boy's mouth. Okay? And so, as you see, the method really works. It works. So let me come on here. So peace, everybody. I hope everybody having a good old day. What's going on, Shakimra, Liku, Audio, Izzy, Destiny, what's good, Dura H. Yeah, the new channel going again, and we can't do nothing but, we happy for the children. We happy that we're protecting the children in the community. You know what I mean? We're not celebrating the termination of his channel. He should not be on YouTube at all. He's been banned. And that was also put in a report that he's been banned. Okay? I have all of the web links of his previous channels, the major ones that's been active in the last 2 years. Ken Nola. It was Ken Nola News. And then it's Ken Nola 2.0. And then it was Ken, 3 of them. And then that was added to the report. Plus, at the same time, one of the reasons for the termination in the first place. Okay? So, YouTube did what they had to do. But like I said, if we want to start doing this attack on kids, you know what I mean? This is what happens. I mean, and the thing is, for you people that's out there, y'all sharing his links on y'all community wall, y'all can be in trouble too. I'm just letting y'all know. If you want to reshare him and everything like that, you know what I mean? I ain't no respect of persons. You know what I mean? And plus, I was going to let him wait a while, but they just started up this lie, him and golden signatures and stuff like that. And that was actually a team up. That was a jumping yesterday. They tried to deal with these lies and slanders. You know what I'm saying? That they were trying to do and perpetrate a fraud on me. Turning me into content as if I'm sharing kids with him. I'm like, I'm on the back end. Me, Octavius, is, here goes Gina's grandson. And, here you go. And all that kind of stuff. No, that never happened. That never happened in this dimension or in this universe, the multiverse and all verses of Octavius Prime. Me and Ken ain't never been cool. Okay? So all this narrative about they were cool on the back end and I'm golden signatures and now, just some cantankerous old lady, you know what I'm saying, that has this sick obsession over what's his name? Marcus, hates Kiki. Kiki ain't even on the fucking platform anymore. But she just had all this, And I asked her, I said, well, damn, you got a problem with Kiki? I'm not even with her. What if I don't have a problem with Kiki? And I'm so like, okay, for one, you're not a founder of this sector. You're not. You was over there with Marcus. That doesn't tie you into what we started as a review sector. We are a review sector. We are not a beefing sector. So, a gossip sector. So if y'all want to do that, y'all could go rebrand and rename what the fuck y'all want to have over there. Some old lady sector that just talk bad about each other between. That's all y'all doing. Because you ain't doing no content. You ain't doing no theater. You ain't doing nothing. You're not growing. You know what I mean? Y'all waiting on me to find something to review, and then y'all do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm your leader. I'm definitely the leader of the street sector. You know what I'm saying? And a co-founder. And that video of Jana and Marcus. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and pull that up. That video of Marcus and Jana, when Kiki played that, they got the street searcher popping. Who was the one? I was the one that actually snatched the video and gave it to Kiki for her to review. It's in my archives. I could tell y'all exactly when it was taken. All of that. You know what I mean? And you people wasn't around. You wasn't around. All right? So let me go ahead. And that video was done. No, let me see. I'll go ahead and pull it up now. I'll go ahead and pull it up for y'all. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull that video up for y'all. Yeah, and there was no such thing as a Sunnyi. Sunnyi wasn't here. You know what I mean? So I was co-hosting with Kiki at the time and everything like that. But I was here from the beginning. Okay? I was on the first live stream that Marcus cammed up on with Kiki. It got porn bombed. And what happened, it had to be re-uploaded. And she just cut the end part when I came up there. All right? But, yeah. So, also, I didn't want to move as fast as I did, but there was a point that had to be proven. You know what I mean? The man should not be online. And for those that do want to support him, I'm not trying to be slimy. I'm not trying to be anything. But you are violating policy by resharing this banned person from. He's not just banned. He's repudiatedly banned from YouTube indefinitely. You know what I'm saying? And yes, the Jana story got all of this stuff moving. It was the quintessential story that got everything popping. So let me see if I can get that for y'all. I ain't gonna play the whole thing. I might just go ahead and at some point just play the whole thing for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, it's gonna take a minute, so I'm gonna get it up real quick. It's downloading. It's in the cloud because I sent that same video to Kiki, and I think I may have the original interview of Marcus and Kiki, and because I think I was the one that edited it. I don't know if she edited it, but I think I edited it. But the videos are still around. That most of those videos are still around. Especially, I was the person taking the videos and giving it to Kiki to do the reviews on because I had the equipment to do it. But in a second, we're gonna watch. We're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Okay, we're gonna take a nice little trip down memory lane. And we're going to show you how the street sector got started. It got started, how the mess, I ain't going to say how this mess got started in the street sector. Hold up. We go to the folder. We go to the folder. Go here. Play it in the Chrome. Where is that? Here it is. Rain freeze nothing up. What's going on, Goddess V? Yeah, he you know, I mean, the thing is, it's just like, I mean, it kills all that narrative about, oh, who did what? Y'all wasn't thinking about it yesterday. Y'all was over there basically supporting the dude. Y'all was over there supporting the dude. Y'all was over there running narratives that he had against me. You know what I mean? And just fat mouthing, ruining the sector, just taking it back to this garbage state that it's been in for a long time because you don't like this woman that you never met. You don't like this person. Y'all in relationships that's over, talking about, you know what I mean? I don't even get it because a lot of times when I do hear golden signatures over there talking, I don't hear nothing about no, you know, I really don't hear nothing about Mimi and them people over there really talking bad about her. I go over there and check. I don't see it. I don't see it. So you be amped up, and then you want to put your crosshairs up on Octavius. Oh no, oh no. You know what I mean? So you can theorize whatever I done did on the back end, on the front end. I ain't never put none of y'all stuff up. I ain't never doxed you on my channel. The only person came close, I put out public records. And what I did give to Ken was the records of F. Bills and his charges for child molestation of that white boy that was 14 years old. That's what I gave to Ken. That's what he got. And I think I did send a picture of Redbone, and that was it. I sent a picture of Redbone, and that was it. And it was from her YouTube page and Facebook. It was public. It wasn't nothing secretive. She laughed at it herself. So there wasn't nothing with me peddling kids on the back end, and I didn't appreciate it. You feel me? So hold up, let me see where we at with this. That didn't go through. So I'll just try to play it another way then. Let me go here. Oh, it's not responding. Hold up. Y'all still with me? Oh, y'all still with me? Hold up. Computer froze up. Matter of fact, I'll just do it this way. I'll just play it through. I don't hear nothing.
Hold on.
Oh, here it is.
All right, let me see if I can get her on. Get her on the FaceTime and see what's going on. Yeah. All right, so this is crazy, but so you can't hear me on the stream. No. Oh, y'all, we struggle streaming. We struggle streaming.
So hold up, let me go here.
Huh? They can hear you now. They can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, I think they're saying y'all can hear me. Okay, so not sure exactly.
Yeah, this is the original stream where all of how the street sector got messy, y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna see how to do it on the computer.
And this was because Jana reached out to Kiki saying that there was, and see, this is the same person Golden Citrus loves to like praise, like the Jana chick. You know what I mean? I ain't demonizing the girl, but I'm telling the truth about how it all started. How Marcus fell from grace was dealing with his girlfriend that came to the internet and said that he forced her to have an abortion. And this is the live stream of Marcus is responding to everything that girl put out. Right? So I'm just showing y'all a little something.
To that guy like on a couple of different occasions, and that was some scary shit that was very creepy. That was creepy.
Let me go look.
Get other folks like, man, listen, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Do not do that. I'm not definitely not definitely not hard up for anything or anything like that. All right. So okay. Let me see what some of this stuff says.
I can't even read the comments. They just. I will catch them after.
So okay. This person, Kizzy, right? She says, but you took advantage of her. Okay. The other guy says
because of situation.
No, the other guy says no respect for this guy. Okay. Took advantage of her. Again, she was outside.
I was just in a bad situation, like going from friend to house. Marcus was in a very, and it's something he put me in a situation that I had desired to be in, and he opened that gateway for me at a perfect time. He was literally.
So around that time, pretty much what's going on? Marcus took the girl Jana in, and Marcus pretty much said she overstayed her welcome. She got pregnant. And later on, Marcus blamed her for like sleeping with the weed man. You know what I mean? This is how that street sector turned from basically being a review sector to having all that gossip and shit involved in it. You know what I'm saying? This is the origin. This is where Marcus pretty much had to deal with all the sexual allegations and all that shit from Monique, Jana, Sunnyi, later on Sunnyi. And the truth is, a lot of the content creators that call themselves Street Sector, they were Sunny's moderators first. And I got those videos where she's talking about how she got rid of y'all. Y'all was over there with Sunnyi. A lot of y'all come from Sunny's channel. Y'all, and Sunnyi came around for like in the Street Sector around February. All right. So this was like around, I think this was like in early January or late December. This video was done. All right. So just showing y'all how everything started. So when people start talking about the Street Sector and then they want to rebrand it Atlanta Street Interview Sector, a lot of them know they wasn't around for like a lot of the beginning of things. The main people that were being interviewed were Monkwell, Lewis, Marcus, and people like Monique were being talked about, and even Jana. You know what I'm saying? And what's the girl name? What's the young girl name? Lolly. Yeah, Lolly. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the origins of it. You know what I mean? How it all started. All right. And all this rewriting of history and who was who and who came along later and all that shit. Y'all wasn't around. This is the video I had downloaded and we did reviews on. And I'm not going to go back into it to try to insult both of these people. They had enough pain from that shit. Because that'd be some fucked up shit. But basically, it's they're talking about this abortion and shit. That already played out. But I'm just showing y'all like a backstory how the Street Sector got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It got all this mess and gossip and stuff started really brewing. But before that, it wasn't even like that. It wasn't designed to even be in this space where kind of like Golden Signatures thrives, the gossip back and forth, and who's hunching who's boning who's in a relationship with who, all that kind of stuff, and who doing what on the back end. That is not what it was originally started to be. All right. And it was Jana and Sunnyi brought all that drama shit. And I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean? And Sunnyi was said herself, she was brought here by Marcus to be a disruptor of the sector. Because a lot of people that were doing content, they were making not 1,000 views, like doing one video, like 6 minutes long, doing 14,000. Some people doing 20,000 views on certain videos before all this drama shit started. You know what I mean? And now that Sun is kind of out of the way, I see a lot of the Street Sector wants to cleave to that same bullshit, and they're not looking at the bigger picture of where we were before. And a lot of y'all wasn't even here, and a lot of y'all wasn't even actors in the space. You know what I mean? And y'all killed off the progress. Y'all killed off the people that was the real donators. Y'all killed off the mainstream viewers with the drama and the Negro shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it became very messy. And even that video that Sunnyi played talking about the roller shame, like you admitted that you had sex with the man. You were in the wheelchair. That's a fact. You don't walk, you roll. That's not dissing you. That's not harassing you or anything like that. And then what you did subsequent to that, with me especially, you just went over there and doxed me. You had that white dude volley over there doxing me, supposedly showing images of the home y'all had to dox wrong. Y'all had me living in a whole nother place. I don't even live, somebody else's home. My first and last name. I got all of those streams, Sonny. Like they're all there. Death threats. You remember you said he was going to get the blood game to murder me and all that stuff. All that stuff is downloaded. I got all that. Like, if you think you're going to sue, like, lady, you was blaming somebody for raping you and they did all these horrible things to you and you couldn't even, and people would offer to take you downtown to file paperwork against the man Marcus that you said did all this stuff. People said, I will pay you. I will buy your Uber, all that. And plus, I personally sent you information on how you could better your situation by being a 100% disabled and get your own home. Yet You didn't do anything about it. You didn't even pick up the phone to make a phone call to change your life and even get transportation to go back and forth for places that you need to go and take care of business. So ain't nobody taking that lawsuit stuff that you're taking us talking anyway seriously. You don't have nothing. And I personally, if you do, I mean, send me the paperwork and I'll just get it thrown out. It's frivolous. It's a frivolous lawsuit. If anybody can sue you, it's me. I'm the one with the legitimate copyright claims against you and Ken. I can literally just do one procedure, go to the federal court and sue y'all for $75,000 a piece for each video or anything that y'all had of mine on y'all pages. You know what I mean? I could do that. And it wasn't done under fair use. No, y'all basically had pictures from my Facebook. And for one, it was a picture of a deceased family member on your channel. You can't use that as fair use. It's impossible. You got to get authorization from the estate of the deceased to even post a dead person's picture. YouTube literally can be sued for allowing you to do that. That's how stupid a lot of people are on here. So I'll play a little. Audio's jacked up.
And then you can get up out of there, right? She was talking about working at Hooters at the time. And Hooters is right up the street from my house. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, hey, okay, let me just back up. So the whole situation with Monique actually came about because I was on the high of the Josiah's saga. So I had just that previous week got Josiah's home. Okay? And so I thought I was gonna win a Nobel Peace Prize. Okay? I am running around.
We'll just skip ahead.
Just,
like I said, I'm just show y'all that we got the whole video.
All right. Okay, come on, talk to us, Marcus. Now that's the Marcus I'm talking about. Get serious. You have to answer the guy just like any of us. None of us are perfect. True enough. I'm on the live. Whoever's trying to call me. Jana, you know how I feel about you. And, I definitely wanted to give you an opportunity to express yourself and do it in a way where, you'll be able to kind of do it just one time. And, if people want to. This is so annoying.
Turn that phone off, baby.
If people want to tap into you, they can go to your YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess, you can even maybe do a, reaction to this video or whatever it is. And just, I'm sure that people are going to have questions. They're going to want to talk to you, without me being involved. And so I'm perfect.
All right. So we had enough of that. I just want to show y'all that. Okay. Yeah. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. I don't know where we at on the likes. You know what I mean? What's going on, Jana? What's good? Hey, Jana, I ain't got no problem with you. You know what I mean? You talk a little trash, I'll talk some trash back to you, but I ain't got no problem with you. And Jana's saying, hey, Octavius and Chad, I come in peace. I want to say, yes, the street sector did start with me exposing my life with Marcus, but things is today is just grown people choose and go back and forth. Yeah, it is. And the thing is, well, it didn't start with you exposing Marcus. It was started with the Kiki doing the interview of Marcus the first time that he ever cammed up. And it was about doing content. Because see, right after that we did that, but right before we even did it, we talked to Monquel first. And we were doing, me and Kiki were going out doing, we got videos. I think the videos that she had were on her page, but I think I have some videos myself. But we have videos of us going out into Washington, D.C. We met a woman named Anastasia. We was giving Christmas gifts to people at that time. So it was supposed to be more like an action taking type of sector, if it was anything. And then Jana contacted Kiki with the information about the abortion and things like that. And then it got a little messy from that point. Marcus had a lot of fans diehards like the Golden Signatures or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they defended him no matter what. Okay? The criticism was warranted at the time for Marcus and his behavior. He even cried online, and I have that too, where he said he had to change his behavior, basically sleeping with these different women. All right? Marcus got mad. Marcus started dating Sunnyi, and Sunnyi herself later on said she was brought to the sector to break up the sector, to tear up the sector. And there were a lot of moderators that were started with Sunnyi when she came out. But the thing is, even in that video that Sunnyi played, Sunnyi had 400 subs. The people that shared Sunnyi out were me and Kiki mainly, and a few others that were like, maybe it's like Psychology Eats, because it was like, oh, Sunnyi only got, what's going on, Cooler? Sunnyi only got, what's going on, Tracy? Sunnyi only got, Sunnyi, when she came here, there were moderators on her channel, and those moderators became moderators later on Marcus's channel. And then Marcus ended up getting rid of some of those people, and some of those people became content creators later on. But a lot of them came through Sunnyi. They were not here in the beginning. All right? And then even when we go to like the adults and stuff, they didn't come until like maybe like April or maybe March or April of that year. They were really late. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. You know what I'm saying? But let's just tell the truth about how everything came about. And this video started with the messy part of the street set, the gossip part of the street sector that exists now, that's trying to just be here and just be that. It started through Jana. And she just here to say, yeah, it was her. You know what I'm saying? Started that. So, yeah, Jana brought the mess a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying she intentionally did it, but that's where shit got funky for Marcus and his sex life, and all his back and forth with the women and shit came out about Monique. There wouldn't have been a Monique for anybody to give a fuck about. There wouldn't have been a Sunnyi. There wouldn't have been any of these women that this man has ever dealt with for anybody to have any kind of like gossip back and forth about at all if it wasn't for Jana. Because we wasn't even thinking that this sector would even become what it became, especially with all that gossip shit. So, no, like, don't talk about, like, act like you motherfuckers are, like, the running shit, and I'm an interloper into anything that y'all got fucking started, because y'all ain't have shit started. Marcus never even camped up until he came to Kiki's channel, okay? So, you're not no leader of nothing. You know what I mean? You could be able to leader of whatever gossip, whatever the fuck. And if that's what y'all want to do moving forward, be a bunch of gossiping old ladies or whatever, and be bitter and nasty or whatever the fuck, y'all can do that. But separate yourself from Octavius. You know what I mean? Don't make me part of your commentary. I don't need to know y'all. And I'm just keeping it real. I don't need to know y'all at all. Period. Like, go to city and something like, he's trying to convince me. No, I ain't trying to convince you of a goddamn thing. I'm trying to say, hey, you can nothing the fuck out of me. And that word nothing is my word. I came out with that. You get nothing the fuck out of Octavius. Just nothing. I really don't need you. I don't need your commentary. I don't need what the fuck you want to contribute. This is the most glory that you're ever going to fucking get ever in life, especially coming from me. Yeah, no one was paying attention to his sex life in the beginning. On the original interview, Kiki did not try to expose or embarrass him. Yeah, I wish that was here. You know what I'm saying? Because I would play it. You know what I mean? I wish I had access to that. I don't know. It's probably in my. I have a lot of videos, so it's probably somewhere around. All right, but Ken is back on the termination list. Let me show y'all the receipt on that. All right. Show y'all the receipt on that. See. So yesterday they were people were talking shit. And The real person that did it and all that. I don't believe Octavius and what he got to say, and I'm not convinced and all this shit. Like, nigga, ain't nobody convincing you or shit. Shit, I talk to my people. Okay, I talk to my people. So let's go here. Let me see. Show y'all. It was in the here we go. So this right here, I removed the report number, but this was filed yesterday. With Ken's stuff, Ken, I have all of his backup channels, the channels that he lost, the main ones. They were sent in, and pretty much we just gave them a reminder of who he is, and they took action. He made that community post was very stupid, but I was like, okay, we may as well go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, put the coup de grace to him, because he's threatening to put that woman's kid out online, a grandchild out online again. Okay. So I didn't know if they was working that fast, but I mean, they got it done. They already know who he is. And he also is band evading and circumventing. This is not me celebrating. You can write all kind of like whatever you want to write. This is an expose on a person that is a child predator that has posed people's grandchildren and children that are toddlers under 5 years old on his channel multiple times. All right. So, you know what I mean? Y'all beware. And yeah, I mean, if you come back, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but hey, we had to show what it is. And I mean, I guess maybe that lady that y'all was giving all the credit to or whatever, I guess she done went back to Twitter and did a report too. And that's another thing. If you are trying to strike someone on YouTube and you try to strike a video, once the channel is removed, what most likely happens is that what most likely is going to happen is that it's going to send out it's going to say this video has been removed because of termination, blah, blah, blah. And if you go down your flag list, it's going to say remove, remove, remove. And if you wrote an email to them, and I proved that 2 weeks ago, if you write an email to them, it's going to let you know if they terminated that channel while it's still in a point of query, meaning that it's still pending. Once they terminate the channel, they'll just send you an email back, or they give you a notice back that the channel has been taken. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were the one to take it yourself. Okay? You know what I mean? But this website in particular, what it does, it protects children, because when you post a kid online, you are looked at as a sex trafficker. You are looked at as potentially a sex trafficker. They don't know what your intentions are. They don't know if you're like trying to locate, or you're like just be real, that you're a pedophile and that you're trying to peddle the children. Say this child is located in this certain. We don't know what code words or whatever your captions you're using. They just look at the fact that that kid ain't yours and you put it on your community wall. So it's a new era, and it's a new era when it comes down to children being protected. And if you want to take that chance, then fine. All right? Then fine. There's a lot of people. I mean, it was a lady like a couple of months ago that was trying to boss up, and that same lady had a woman's 14-year-old daughter on her community wall. I got a screenshot of it. All her channels can be wiped for that point alone. Okay? Now. Yeah, it's been going. But one thing, that privacy strike went through. You know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking. You know who I'm talking to. That privacy strike went through. You had that lady's daughter up on your page. Okay? So you could be wiped. Indefinitely. And you'll come back, creeping back in, whatever, and you could be wiped. You know what I mean? Play with this shit if y'all want, man. Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, happy Juneteenth. This is the day that African Americans were declared to be free. I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up. I don't need to stay long. Well, we got the message out. Yeah, let me go ahead and blow it up for y'all so y'all can see. See this right here? Let me see. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and blow it. But it said report child exploitation. It's all backwards though. It's in the mirror state. All right. So this is it right here, and this is the report number that I got back from yesterday, and it looks as if YouTube took some action because they're forced to, because when they have those kids up there, or if you've been banned for that type of behavior for children, or you did some kind of shit with kids, and see, the thing is, it's different because he's been caught. Other people have lost their pages for like other stuff dealing with adults. Yeah. But he's been caught, okay, for dealing with the kids. And because he's been caught dealing with the kids, just go back anytime. Same thing with Sunnyi. Anytime. That's it. And there's nothing illegal that I'm doing other than just saying, hey, you know what I mean? He's back. YouTube appreciates what I do. YouTube does not want liability from weirdos. All right? Well, let me go ahead and drop the link. I'm going to take this down. What's going on, Rodney? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I really can't see everything when I'm on this.
Continues.
I can't see everything. Let me see what we at with the likes. I at least need to be able. Oh, y'all doing very well. What's going on, Rodney? All right, y'all doing very well. Thank you so much, Cooler, for sharing. So I'm gonna drop the link. And don't y'all like it when somebody actually go live in the morning? It ain't boring. You know what I mean? It ain't like sleepy. You know what I mean? They can actually give y'all some entertainment for a change. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had some time today, and I went ahead and went live. So let me go here. And whoever feels shaded, feel that way. I don't give no fucks about you. Go here. Yeah, Sunnyi ain't supposed to be on here either. I mean, hey, we'll see how she act moving forward, right? So the link is pinned. If I got any questions from the crowd, you're more than welcome to hit the link and speak your mind. And you know what I'm saying? If not, I'll just talk for another, how many minutes I got? Another 11 minutes and just do an hour and we'll be out of here. But I do want to give my appreciation to all my supporters, my new supporters, for supporting me and also keeping me up on the back end. Now, Sunnyi's channel that was terminated, like I said, that was somebody on the back end that I worked in tandem with to show them how to do that. I personally wasn't the one that actually put pen to paper for that, but I was there telling them, okay, just put this here, to do that, whatever, right? Just walk them through it. because I was frustrated. Even after the Ken's channel that got taken 2 weeks ago, because niggas was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Say, ding dong, the witch is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I mean, also how that demonic energy is working for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be demons. Sunnyi and Ken, they're like demonic. They're demons. How is that demonic energy, the witchcraft, the dark side, the devil helping y'all? You know what I'm saying? It don't look too good for y'all. Matter of fact, we're gonna change the we're gonna change it. How's that working for y'all? Yeah. We're in the heavens right now. How's that working for y'all? How's that demonic energy working for y'all? You know what I'm saying? God is trying to tell you something, Nola. They're trying to tell you something right now. You know what I mean? All that devil energy, boy, all that, you know what I'm saying, preying on children and all that demonic stuff, all this just kingdom built on sand. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time before you get wiped out again. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Hold on, who this is? The real Miss Savage is here. What's going on?
That's me. I just wanted to pop up and say hello real quick and just speak a little bit on the statements you were making. No negative energy though. I hope you're doing well today.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, good. Well, I just heard what you had said, because I was listening to your content. I just wanted to say I do agree with what you said, like, because it's not the first time I heard it that people said like the street sector kind of started with me exposing my situation with Marcus and then it going to Kiki. I
Mm-hmm.
get that, but like where everything is today, like as eradicated it is, I don't think I should be blamed for like people going back and forth with each other on the internet. Like people being unhinged, just going back and forth for no reason. Like that's completely like their own will. Like I don't even know how it got here. Like now it's to the point where subscribers are arguing with subscribers. It's not even like real content
Right, and
creators.
that's what I'm trying. Like, we were all doing content last year, and it was like we were doing everybody was doing good. Everybody was doing good. Everybody was doing reviews, and then now doing reviews to a certain point, like 3,000-4,000 views here and there. And
Hmm.
now it's just like some petty squabbling between the subscribers. They're fighting, they're infighting, and Sunnyi leaving was not supposed to be like, okay, the refocusing of Sunnyi and Ken, because truthfully, they're making them the focal point when they should not. When there's content to be reviewed, there's the other things that could be talked about. There's promotions that could be had. There's a lot of beefs that can be dropped, so we can all work together, so our crowds can move about, so we all can, the whole sector can do well. You know what I mean? But all this separation and pointing fingers between and making up lies on each other and gossiping is unhealthy for the sector in general. And if they
It
don't want
definitely
to work
is
together,
unhealthy.
I mean, if they don't want to work together, then I guess every man for themselves. Like, it's not a sector at that point. But you got the floor.
Yeah, I
Go
don't
ahead.
understand why it's so hard for people to just move along. Like, if people don't get along, just move along. YouTube is so big, you don't have to talk to the people that you're familiar with. And just like when me and Sunny was going back and forth, I didn't feed into that energy. You don't have to feed into what people are saying to you online. Like
Right,
for the subscribers going back and forth with people, you just don't have to feed into it, you know?
right, right. So what you
So
been
I
doing
just
with
hope everybody
yourself?
is looking up.
No, but what you been doing with
Um,
yourself? What you been doing
I'm
with
not
yourself?
up here to talk about me. I can't. I'm not dropping no tea on me. I have videos, you
I
guys.
seen
You
you over
know
there
why.
kissing some nigga in the mouth. I seen some.
Let me get down. I was just saying, I hope y'all all resolve you guys' issues because it's really not that deep. I think this sector is just used to like the dark energy because that's how it all started with beef. And they don't really know what to do outside of that, you know?
Right,
Um, but like you and a few other people are a little bit level headed. I know we had our back and forth, but it's a few level headed people within the sector, maybe one or two that I can have a conversation with,
right.
but not everybody's like that in this sector. But I do wish everybody the best. I've been moving and grouping, doing my own thing, obviously. So I don't have no
Listen,
smoke, no
last
beef with
year I
nobody.
had a lot of people attacking me.
Hmm.
And I had the adults. I had Ken. I had Sunnyi. I was at one point I was being attacked by everybody, and I was on my own. And You know what I mean? I remember you saying something like, "Oh, I can't wait for so and so them to go live and all that." So I felt like he was instigating, you know,
Mm-hmm.
some things or whatever. So that's why I went hard on you the way I did. But all is forgiven. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you don't
No,
have no grudge
definitely.
against me. And you're
I
you're
know
more than
we've all
welcome.
had our
Yeah,
yeah.
and I want to say that you're more than welcome to come here anytime. Kick back, relax your feet. I won't let nobody attack you, and I'm not. That's why I didn't play that video in full. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bring up no traumas for you. Okay, but
Yeah, I
you're more than
appreciate
welcome to
that.
be here. All
I've
right.
learned like it used to be very traumatizing, like going back and forth, hearing the videos replay over and over again, hearing my names constantly in content creators' mouths. But like I've gotten used to it and I have thicker skin because of it. So I know how to deal with these situations better. I don't have to come on here and be screaming and yelling. Like it's just not necessary. So yeah, I appreciate that. I hope you have a great live. I'm getting ready for my day.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the bushes. Have a good one.
All right. Peace.
All right. Thanks for having me up.
All right. So
I
that
don't know how to
was
get this.
yeah, that was Jana, y'all. That was Jana, and yeah. So the truth is coming out about how this space is formed, the backstories, all of that. Okay. If anybody can tell y'all about the sector, it's me, and then it will be Kiki, but Kiki ain't here. So it's me. I've seen everybody come and go. And that video, like I said, I was the one that downloaded it. I was here. I wasn't as visible, but I was here around that time. Around the time that I was here the time it started. Everything started. So I don't need nobody rewriting no history. No new ain't no OGs to the no fucking street sector at all. None. Okay. If there's any, there's Octavius. That's the only one existing. And Marcus. There's Octavius, Marcus, and maybe in Jana. And no, Monquel or somebody like that. Or Lewis. You know what I mean? In 2023. Rest of y'all came later. And it's the truth. Don't rewrite no history. Okay? You don't have that right to do so. Anybody else have anything to say? Come live, come up, hit the link. Now's your time. You know what I mean? And if you sky watching Golden Signatures, you can come over and hit the link and you can make your case. You know, you make your case everywhere else. You want to hit links all over the place. You know what I mean? Because I know that you're spinning up a lot of narrative right now in the cut. Because that's what you do. You know what I mean? Laying on your belly in the bed and your panties that you ain't changed. Your grandma panties you ain't changed in the last 5 days. Smelling up the place. You know what I mean? Like a big old beach whale. Okay? Just spinning lies and narratives on Octavius right now. I know you get ready to go to your community wall and can't wait for somebody to go live so you can slander a nigga name. I already get it. I already get it. That's y'all content. It's like shit know the nigga's name. I get it. Now I mention your name. I hope you feel famous. Okay? Yeah, just talking trash. You know what I mean? Well, act like you're no, you're nobody in this space. You're a glorified subscriber. That's what you are. You know what I mean? You're a glorified subscriber. And that's it. We don't need to go no deeper with it. How you doing, Kareen? Kareen, Honey Gangster, Goddess, what's good? And I think did I speak to Rodney? What's good? Black Diamond, what's good? Uh, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. And also, they're gonna say that Octavius poor and he lived with he in a point of destitution. I'm destitute and all that shit. So if you feeling rich for my destitute ass, send a cash app or send a super chat. I mean, let me go ahead and get one. And also, Leaku is telling people if you want to get those videos of Ken download them. I'm definitely going to download all the videos that's concerning him. He has to be tracked. His history has to be documented. So we're going to I want everybody to that person in Thailand, contact Leak You, and those videos of Ken, they can be downloaded, okay? And they can't do nothing about them because that's not his content. So download those videos. And shout out to that person. I think his name Dub, but shout out to him for taking up righteousness and just putting them people on blast the way that they've been doing people. You know what I mean? It is so entertaining, you know what I'm saying, to see the tables have turned on them where the hunter is not being hunted. And it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful thing. I mean, yeah, they make up all kind of theories about my life, and the thing is, once the internet feel like they know you, you have to just give it to them. It's just okay. This is y'all want to believe that about me, fine. You know what I mean? And you can't like sitting there trying to fight against the wave is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stupid to do so. And a happy Juneteenth to everyone again. I wasn't even gonna go live, but I was like, let me go live and talk to the people. Let's talk to the people. Let's see something. This up real quick. And oh yeah, let me go ahead and give y'all. So when we look up the Wicked. Okay, when we go to the Wicked's channel, we go to that channel. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. And once y'all look at the URL. So when we go to the channel, and I'm gonna go back to scene 3. You know what I mean? Chief Demon Ken page is not available. All right. It ain't available. It ain't available. Get out of here. Oh well, like somebody said, I believe CCs don't get along. They shouldn't do content on that person. Well, see what it is in this space. We have access to people. Like this space has access not just to Marcus, but there's other bigger content creators that have been part of this space that didn't mind that videos being reviewed, and there was more profit, okay, and doing reviews on their channels. They wasn't complaining about shit. But the thing is, we got an old lady gang that came in, and they thinking that the shit supposed to be about like dragging and gossiping and making up shit and lies on niggas. You know what I mean? And now the thing is, if I wanted to do something like that, I just make myself more of a fixture in the beef sector, in the black sector. I would have just been amplifying myself over in those spaces. You know what I'm saying? But like this space, you know what I'm saying? No, this space is not going to continue to be that. Ken and Sunnyi they're down. Sunny's back to a certain capacity. Sunnyi pretty much wants to be on Big O. I want her to allow to be on Big O. But this ain't the Sunnyi and Ken sector where we just going to review their shit and whatever. You know what I mean? And if they come back, yeah, they get flushed. We might get some. Okay, yeah. I mean, if he got clout, who cares? He don't have a fucking page to get no clout on. Who gives a fuck? So yeah, we can report on that. But we'll get back to business. But if y'all think y'all gonna put me in a position of going back and forth with y'all like y'all tried to last year at the same time, There's gonna be consequences and repercussions, and y'all already know what the fuck it is. Okay? They already know what the fuck it is. All right. If nobody wants to hit the link, I'm gonna close it down in the next 2 minutes. So if this is the last call for anybody want to hit the link to get anything off there. Yeah, it's time for real content. If anybody want to hit the link now. Got any questions you want to ask me? I'm here. And yeah, we're gonna get back to some content. There will be a blow to the views for all of us, including me. Okay. The people have kind of got used to the bullshit a little too much, okay? But we got to get back to real content, you know what I mean? And the truth is, let's give credit where credit due. And I'm not bigging up Kiki, but Kiki started from scratch with making like 100 and some odd views here and there, doing interviews, and it grew into something where thousands of views, sometimes 30,000 views on a 1 hour video. And this can take us into higher places of YouTube. But the thing is, if y'all don't want to go with me, then fuck y'all. I don't have to be your leader. I don't have to be your emperor. You know what I mean? You can refuse the king. But the main thing, what you won't do is sit there and run my name on some pedo shit. Got me fucked up. Golden. Come on, I didn't sit there and call you no pedo. Bitch, if you saying I'm peddling kids' pictures back and forth with a goddamn child predator, a nigga that says he's a pedophile, yes, you are calling me a goddamn pedophile. You calling me that I'm peddling pictures of children. Then I asked her, so you have any proof? I ain't seeing no proof yet, but I mean, I could just say you and Boss Queen on the phone having phone boning sessions and shit. It could be true, but bitch, do I know that? No, that's slander. I wouldn't say nothing like that. I could say that y'all passing pictures between each other. Well, I just believe they're on the phone. You know, just give me a vibe where, you know, they're just sharing children stuff back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, are you serious? Some weirdo from the street sector that wants to. I don't know what this lady thinking. Like, okay, I try my best to be quiet. I had people call me say just be quiet, it'll just blow over or whatever. But the lady just got so amped up. I think she's mentally ill or something. She obviously is. She's way more invested into this app than she needs to be. There's an outside. There's a real life. Okay. You know what I mean? And one thing, how you gonna threaten to make police reports? You know what I mean? File anything with the FBI or the police or whatever on people when you're a troll and you do your best not to be found out. You have to put your name to paper when you're talking about your threats on filing any kind of paperwork or lawsuits or anything. So what that lady was saying was all bullshit for the last 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. You gonna a gossiping motherfucker who just want to lay on their ass and gossip all goddamn day. They ain't sitting there finna, let me take the time and, you know what I'm saying, and try to do this to get them kids offline and, you know, them pictures offline. Let me go and type up a report or nothing like that. No, if anything, you made a phone call to run your goddamn mouth like you love to do, spewing all kind of venom, malice, and hatred. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like I said, it wasn't a problem when motherfuckers was doxing my house. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers sent SWAT teams to my home, my supposed home, back then. It wasn't a problem. You was over there supporting the same people. Oh, that was wrong what they did to your mammy. You know what I mean? It was cute then. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about you was over there when they was playing Boss Queen's children and them audios over there with chasing them. You know what I mean? And you still take your ass over there back and forth to chase his chat. You know what I mean? And amongst other, even when they had her driver's license over there, the audio of her kids over there. You know what I mean? You know, where was the outrage for them? James ain't never sat there and post y'all kids on here. I gave a fuck about y'all kids. And I had the receipts. I had the receipts of the videos that were posted over there. The live streams of the children being played in the background. All that shit on certain people's channels. I ain't threatening nobody. Okay? I ain't got no smoke with nobody. The screenshots and all that shit. And so we know what to take that shit to, what authorities to take that shit to if you niggas want to become problems. And y'all know, like with me, like Judge Fifi thought it was Judge Fifi from that sector. Oh, they thought it was having a good time, allegedly just sharing where I'm supposed to live and all. They just felt it was all good. That motherfucker got court papers on her. Shit. She got court papers on her. Thought it was a joke. Oh, thought it was sweet. Thought I was just some lame Negroes. No, I take action. Believe it or not, Octavius takes action. I don't like what Poison Clan said back in the day. JT Money. I don't want no apologies, nigga. I want action. We want action. And I ain't even done with Judge Fifi and them channels that's up there because all she has done, when I find time, we got to make a report on her ass about what she did to me, and plus also the things she done did. And I ain't gonna even list that. I'm not done with her. Y'all don't call the police on me so much that to the point the police know I'm a public figure that they don't come. They investigate anybody that calls on me. They don't even come no more. So whatever like threats that you feel like you may have or whatever, it's cool. Cool. And if you play games, yes. It's like I'm wiser. I'm a lot wiser now. You want to play games, and if you want to do the doxing thing, like listen, when people dox me, I laugh. I'm like, okay, this is like the 15th time I've been doxed. And I'll go over there and listen. If you got my privacy, anything to do with my privacy, I'm gonna go through that thing with surgical precision. Okay, and but one video that she put up, I hit her with like 60 privacy complaints on one live, and she lost her monetization on her biggest channel. Sometimes you got to make an example of a nigga. Sometimes you got to make an example of a nigga. You do. All right, let me give y'all 5 more minutes. Everybody want to hit the link, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. But right now, ain't much going on outside of that. I'm gonna get back into my AI content. For y'all missed it earlier, I had a hell of a slideshow. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and play a little bit of it so y'all can see. It was funny as hell too. So let me go here. It was funny as hell. You go to it. That shit was funny though. I'm gonna show y'all the beginning of it. Go to my slideshow. What I did with that bitch? Oh, this is the slideshow. Shit. Let me show y'all the slideshow. Since we do have a bigger crowd, I'm gonna go ahead and play it again for y'all. I'm gonna play that again for y'all. And we're gonna get up out of here. Give y'all some entertainment. But stay around. You're gonna enjoy.
The fall and return of Ken Nola and Solid Sunnnyi, the reckoning continues in the shifting chaos of YouTube's backstreets. Where clout is king, controversy pays the rent, and loyalty changes with the wind. There once rose two figures who epitomized everything broken about internet culture. Their names, Ken Nola and Solid Sunnnyi, they were not thought leaders, they were not creators. They were chaos merchants, trading in dysfunction, manufacturing conflict, and weaponizing spectacle to build platforms built on sand. For a moment it worked, but nothing corrupt lasts forever. And when the fall came, it was not gentle. It was just. Solid Sunnnyi was a YouTube figure with a sizable following, over 54,000 subscribers. Her content wasn't polished, informed, or even particularly coherent.
That shit is
What it
funny,
was,
though.
however, was loud. It was messy. It was tragic theater. She put
Get
her
that light
personal
button on the way out,
dysfunction
y'all.
on full display and dragged her children into the performance, treating
For the
their
record,
lives
it's not
like
him.
clickbait.
It's just
Her
his
partner
beard.
in
I got
digital
the beard
grime was
accurate.
Ken Nola,
and,
a man whose broadcasts
but
were
that's
little
not
more
him.
than profanity, laced rants and psychological dumpster fires. Together, they were a storm, a two-headed hydra of clout, chasing one exploiting motherhood, the other exploiting outrage. But behind the laughing emojis and viral clips, a darker undercurrent pulsed. This wasn't just content, it was exploitation. And eventually, Ken Nola stepped into territory that demanded more than just criticism. It demanded intervention. Ken, in a moment of unfiltered recklessness, made threats that chilled the blood of anyone paying attention. He claimed he would re-upload images involving a child. Images that, if real, would cross the line from disturbing into criminal. The internet, so often desensitized to violence and chaos, stopped laughing. The moment called for something stronger than likes and dislikes. It called for action. That action came from a man named Octavius Prime. He wasn't a YouTube detective chasing clicks. He wasn't interested in drama for drama's sake. Octavius was one of the few people who understood that when children are threatened, the time for performative outrage ends. He documented the threats. He compiled evidence. He filed a report with the cyber tipline at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. In an online ecosystem where everyone talks but few act, he acted. And it worked. Ken Nola's channel was removed. Solid Sunnnyi's as well. The spectacle was interrupted. For the first time, there was a feeling of accountability in the air. The community, tired, jaded, yet still protective of its youngest and most vulnerable, took a breath. Justice, rare and often slow online, had arrived. But evil doesn't die quietly. A few weeks later, Ken Nola came crawling back, rebranded, repackaged, but unchanged, like a virus mutating to survive. He returned with a new channel and the same twisted energy. He mocked his own takedown. He reveled in the attention. And in what would prove to be his final act of arrogance, he once again threatened to share the same child-related content that led to his original downfall. If the first time was reckless, the second was deliberate. It was a dare. Once again, Octavius was watching. He collected new evidence. He documented everything. He resubmitted it to the proper authorities. And once again, YouTube acted. Ken Nola's second channel was terminated, not because of outrage, not because of mass reporting, but because one man kept receipts and followed through. But this time, something changed. Rather than universally praising the removal of a known threat, parts of the YouTube ecosystem turned their attention away from the predator and toward the man who stopped him. In a bizarre, upside-down twist of reality, a new narrative began to form. A smear campaign led not by Ken but by a different figure, a woman named Golden Signatures. Golden signatures, a fixture of irrelevant live streams and low-quality gossip, decided to aim her crosshairs not at the man threatening to share exploitative content, but at the man who reported him. She claimed, without evidence and with breathtaking audacity, that Octavius was the one distributing the images. The claim was as grotesque as it was illogical. While the public record showed Ken Nola making threats and Octavius reporting them, golden signatures spun a new tale, one where the protector was suddenly the predator. It was not just slander, it was psychological projection. The kind of inverted thinking that thrives in online echo chambers where lies, repeated enough times, begin to sound like truth. This is how predators survive, by confusing the public, by turning the spotlight away from their crimes and onto those who expose them. And it nearly worked. Octavius faced a barrage of accusations from people who never bothered to read the receipts. But the truth didn't change. The facts remained. And while gossip swirled in live streams and Twitter threads, the platforms, those who reviewed the actual evidence stood by their decision. Ken was gone, again for good this time. And what of Solid Sunnnyi? She too attempted a return. But something was different. Her voice, once dripping with sarcasm and superiority, had gone shaky. Her presence, once dominant, now felt haunted. She no longer streamed with the same bravado. Her children were still present in the content, still used as props. But she knew, deep down, she knew the community was no longer laughing, that the spotlight, once a tool, had become a warning. Sunnyi is still online, for now, but her era is fading. Not because she lost followers, but because she lost control of the narrative. The drama no longer protects her, and the audience has begun to ask the question that should have been asked years ago. At what cost? The lesson from all of this is not just about Ken Nola or Solid Sunnnyi or golden signatures. It's about the ecosystem they thrived in, an ecosystem that rewards outrage, penalizes integrity, and only moves when pushed by relentless, uncomfortable truth. The story is a cautionary tale for audiences too quick to click and too slow to think. A reminder that the internet, while entertaining, is not exempt from real-world consequences. And sometimes the people who seem the most extra online are the ones hiding the darkest secrets. But it's also a story of hope. Because while chaos may rise, truth doesn't sleep. While clout chasers grow fast, their roots are shallow. And while predators may change names and faces, the street sector remembers. Octavius Prime didn't need a crown. He didn't need fame. He needed only conviction. When others watched in silence, he moved. When others joked, he filed reports. When others spread rumors, he clung to facts. And because of that, justice followed. Ken Nola fell not once but twice. Solid Sunnnyi's influence is withering. Golden signatures' lies are dissolving in the face of evidence. This is not the end of the story. But it is the beginning of something new, a digital world where people like Octavius remind us that real protection doesn't come from viral moments. It comes from moral clarity. And when that clarity speaks, even the loudest liars must listen. Because in the end, you may rise by deception, but you will fall by the truth.